Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Nurul Syazana Binti Shahruddin. I am from Untitled Melaka Campus Jasin course CS23 or Bachelor of Computer Science Hons, and my student ID is 2019-353271. I would like to present my final year project titled Web-Based Data Vehicle Simulation Learning System for Armouted Training Center. I will go to my simple briefing slide first, then I will show you the overall system demo. Let's start.
Before I start, I would like to introduce this is my supervisor, Nurul Binti and she is from Faculty of Computer and Mathematical Science UiTM Melaka Campus Jasin. This is the list of my video content, so I will go through one by one. First, for the introduction background of study, Armouted Training Center or called Pusat Latihan Armor Pulau is situated at Camp Sebatang Karapot di Negeri Sembilan. It became a principle to train all armored personnel in terms of basic technical knowledge related to armored vehicle systems. Therefore, every armored student in Pulau needs to pass all the course in order to fulfill the requirement to be an army. In ensuring the efficiency and the effectiveness of training management plan, web-based learning education of the vehicle simulation system is becoming vital for academic purpose for army personnel during individual training. My project, Web-Based Data Vehicle Simulation Learning System, was developed for armored personnel towards training management in Pulau. This system was focused more on Armored Crew Commander course, which is the course learns more about technical data in armored tank vehicles. The main focus for this system complexity is on operational input data, which are general sensing by synthesis that able to integrate all vehicle technical data from format section in one tense, then specific searching by words, which are finding from separated section module. To give a clearer understanding for this part, I will show you later in the system demo. Other features provided in the system are to fulfill the criteria of web-based learning. With this, it able to provide the effectiveness of learning management for armored students by studying with sophisticated ways, as before this, their learning method are through conventional ways. Next, the problem statement is, the current learning method for Armored Crew Commander course was in conventional ways by using a pile of module books from the past few years back. Then it can cost time-consuming to find the exact output of vehicles during training management, since this course need to be integrated vehicles technical data independently from the four main sections of armored vehicles. This statement has been agreed by 86% of armored students based on the survey conducted. Moreover, most of 77.9% of armored students stated in the survey that they had difficulty to memorize all the system features in armored vehicle without a systematic way if they had to identify which tank is suitable for any related combat or operation situation. Based on the previous problem statement stated, the proposed solution had been identified, which are: design a better learning method for armored students towards personal training management in Pusat Latihan Armor Pulau, and develop a web-based learning system that able to integrate all vehicles technical data from format section in various ends by using the if-else rule-based technique. Next, we continue to the features of this system. First, this system was developed specifically for armored students and commandant towards personal training management of tense technical data. Only armored personnel able to access the system because it was declared as a confidential that cannot publish on the public. This is because the data involve a national government secrets in the military. Hence, the system will link to Army intranet server located at Pusat Latihan Armor, and user can access the system only at there. This system is based on web-based learning that contain all learning material and assessment for students. This web-based also based on simulation learning of data armored vehicle tank in Malaysia. Moreover, this system can act as a complete dynamic system because it had integrated all the data of each tank from four main sections of armored vehicles in one learning system. Also, can act as a decision-making system because it could assist the armored students to make decisions during the final exercise. HTML and JavaScript programming language were used to code the system interface, while PHP and MySQLi were used to code the server side of the system. Two types of user will be involved in this system, which are the administrator of the system and the armored students users. Each user will have their own function to the system. First, this system was developed specifically for armored students and commandant towards personal training management of tense technical data. Only armored personnel able to access the system because it was declared as a confidential that cannot publish on the public. This is because the data involve a national government secrets in the military. Hence, the system will link to Army intranet server located at Pulau, and user can access the system only at there. The system is based on web-based learning that contain all learning material and assessment for students. This web-based also based on simulation learning of data armored vehicle tank in Malaysia. Moreover, it can act as a complete dynamic system because it had integrated all the technical data of each tank from format section in one learning system. Also, can act as a decision-making system because it could assist the armored students to make a decision during the final individual training exercise. HTML and JavaScript programming language were used to code the system interface, while PHP and MySQLi were used to code the server side of the system. Two types of user will be involved in this system, which are the administrator of the system and the armored students users. Each user will have their own function to the system. Next, the techniques that have been implemented to solve the stated problems are: first, the best technique applied for this web-based learning system was a rule-based technique. Since the system can act as a decision-making learning system, the rule-based technique was suitable to be used as it can retrieve the data from various parts of the database to generate a result. Next technique is a brute force pattern matching algorithm. It is used for matching the vehicle technical data input criteria by students and the storage of technical data in the database to generate the exact output of which armored vehicles are suitable for the certain situation or scenarios given by the shift instructor during their individual training. Also, applied on an or operation technique, there are many possible combinations of technical data to produce an accurate result of suitable armored vehicles by using an OR operation, as you can see the listed possible value combination in this slide. Next, we continue to the use case diagram. This is a use case diagram. There are two types of users for this system, which is an armored administrator that able to control and manage the use of the system, and the second user is an armored student that able to use the system for their learning purpose. These slides show the table of every functions and description in the use case diagram. But I will skip for this part because I will go through for every function in the next part of system demo. Then we move to the system demo.
This is the main page for this system, Crew Commander course. So this is a picture that to give a better design for the system, and also for the light cavalry of Malaysian Army. And at the bottom of this page contain contact us, trademark of Armored Training Center, about developer, and keep in touch, which is linked to the social media of Armored Training Center. So if the user want to view about developer, he or she can just click on about developer, this link button, and this page will display about a simple about me, or they can just directly log in into the system. There are two types of user, which are student and admin, but I will go for the admin first, then I will go for the student. Then we click on the admin button, and this is the admin login page. So admin need to enter their military ID as a username and IC number as a password. So there are three types of button: login, reset, and cancel, and I click a login button. Okay, this is the admin page. This show the session name that show the current user of this page, but I think I want to log in for a student also, because certain page on the admin are linked to the student, so it can be easy for me to show what the function is. So same as admin, military ID and IC number for username and password. Click on login, and this is for a student page. Okay, student page. Okay, for the admin, if the user is an admin, oh, by the way, this navigator bar at the top of the page contain many drop down button that usually for different function, also for the student have a different function. Okay, if the user is an admin, he or she can choose whether they want to add new students or directly view the student list. If the admin clicks on the button new student at the top of this navigator bar, the system will display the interface of add new student page. Admin will input all the students' detail into the field provided. But if they do not want to do any action, the admin can just click on the button cancel as usual and automatically direct to the list of the student page like this. But if a student details if the details are complete fill in and valid, the student details are registered and a new account for Armored student will be created. Okay, for example, I just put a simple input to show that whether their this function are run as expected. I just put all the function. Intake Malaysia. Mail. Oops. High school qualification is degree. And CGPA 3.39. So in this page, only admin are able to register new student details. Other than that, the admin of this system can contact the student themselves for any confirmation or call the developer for any assist. All students' details are required to fill in. Any usage of students' details for the other professional use is prohibited. So if the admin and then click on the save button. After successfully add student, you have successfully add new student. The system will automatically display the list of all Armouted students page that current intake. So the student Ali have successfully add. Other than that, admin also can search for a specific student if they want by entering the student name, military ID, IC number or phone number at the search field provided. For example, I want to search Haikal. So Haikal name search. Then Haikal, okay. If the admin, for every student, admin can choose whether they want to view their details or delete them directly. Admin can click on the link button details provided. If admin choose want to view the selected student details, the student details page will be displayed. For example, I want to choose this student and I want to update her address Malaysia, for example. So I update and the system student details are successfully updated and the student lists are automatically student list page are automatically displayed. Okay, and then if the admin want to delete the selected student, the system will directly do the delete process after admin clicks on the link button of delete. For example, I choose this, delete. Okay. After the process complete, the system will display student list page with an updated list of current students. So the student name, that student was deleted and this show the current student. Okay, I think end of a student function. So we move to the next, which is a notice. Admin also can choose whether if they want to view a notice page or not. The system will display the interface of the notice page. If admin clicks on the button notice at this navigator bar, admin can type any notes or notice of an assessment at the text field provided to remind them about any assessment or activities that student needs to do. Then admin also must click on a button open or close open or close radio button and clicks on a save button. Okay. At this instruction, on this page, only administrator of Armouted Training Center can control the opening and closing of the student assessment. The admin of this system also can write the notes as reminder. Once the admin click on the open button, student can view their assessment questions on the assessment page. Student must answer all the questions within the time to be handled by the admin. When the time is up, the admin will have to click the close button and all students will no longer be able to view the assessment page. Means that at this page, admin can navigate the assessment page for the students, whether open or closed. For example, the assessment page for 1T1 intake 12/2020 during 5 April. So admin want to open 5 May. So admin close because does not open yet. So okay, for the student, and they cannot open the assessment page because the admin was closed it. If the admin click on the open button during that day, okay, click on save button, you have edit notice board, and then the students are able to view the assessment test page and able to answer all the questions within the time handled by the admin. Okay. Then admin also can choose if they want to view reports that display all the students' marks after students do and submit their assessment tests. The system will automatically calculate the students' mark and the score will auto-save to the admin report page. So admin can trace and view every Armouted student's mark
as you can see in this page, this is a horizontal bar chart visualization so that it is easy for the admin to trace which student got the highest mark and got the lowest mark. Also can hover their mouse into this bar chart to get to know. For example, Muhammad Nazri got 7.5 per 15%. So apart from that, admin also can search for a specific student if they want by entering the student's name or military ID at this search field provided. For example, I want to know Muhammad Nazri bin Suhaimin, what he got for this test. So I choose to, and then, Muhammad Nazri. Okay, and then I search. Oh yeah, Muhammad Nazri 7.5%. Horizontal bar chart visualization. Admin also can save and print this chart for their reporting, and by click on this button. This is additional information for the admin to know the carry mark for students for their assessment test, practical test, driving armored vehicle, and so on. So if they want to save or print, just click on this button and the system will display on the other tab window to get the admin easy for them to print or do save as a PDF. So you can just click on this button and yeah, you can just print or save as usual. Okay, and then I think there's only for notice. We move to the next. Furthermore, admin also can choose whether they want to do the process of adding new armored vehicles, or if any new vehicles are developed in future, or can directly view current armored vehicle list which currently used for learning purpose among armored students. If the admin choose want to add new vehicles, the system will display the interface of add new armored vehicles page, but if do not want to do any action, the admin can just click on the button cancel as usual. Admin will input all the vehicles and data details into the field provided. After that, the system will save the technical data into the database. Okay, and then this is the list of armored vehicle page. List of armored vehicles. So this is the instruction for the admin, which is on this page. Only administrator of Armored Training Center are able to add new armored vehicles if any new army combat was developed in future. Other than that, administrator of this system also able to view the detail of every technical data in each armored vehicles. They can view, but cannot re-edit it except getting any approval to update the data, because all the data was the fact. Besides, please surely confirm if you want to delete one of the armored vehicle data, because the delete button will automatically delete the data after click the delete button. All the technical data are confidential. So admin need to beware and they cannot edit before getting any approval accept or anything, because all data was the fact and confidential. So I think that's all from the admin page, which contain a student list, new student, notice page for admin navigate the assessment page for student open or close, and report, get to know their entries, students mark, and also for the data armored vehicle. And as usual, admin also can log out from the system and by click on this button, and this will bring to the main page back. That's all from admin. Then we move to the next for a student page. For your information, I will set a session time with which is the system will automatically log out the user if they do not use the or do any action within 5 minutes. Okay, then as usual, students need to log in, enter their military ID as a username and password, IC number. So, and then log in.
Okay, this show every function for them to do and learn through this web-based data vehicle submission system. Okay, first we go for the course drop-down button. If the user is an Armoured student, he or she can choose whether they want to view course detail or view Armoured top leader and unit details under the course drop-down button at this navigator menu bar at top of the system. The system will display of each page of the user choice. For example, if a student chooses one to view the course details, the system will display this course detail description page. Otherwise, if student want to view the list of Armoured top leaders and unit, the system will display this page. So basically, these two page are additional information page that Armoured students needs to know what behind the course details. So and then we move to the next, which is media notes. Other than that, student also can view the media notes if they want to view which contain a current learning notes of armored vehicles and the parts of armored vehicle notes. Okay, and then if the student chooses to read the current learning of armored vehicle notes, the system will display the front page of current armored vehicle notes. There are 12 button subtopic links at the sidebar of the system. Student can select the subtopic link of the notes that they want to read. Then the system will display a subtopic notes page selected according to the current learning and others. For information, actually they are currently learning using a pile of books, so I was converted into a better intention of learning by using these ways. So I just random click to show their notes. Besides, if a student want to view the parts of armored vehicles, so just click on this button and will display this page, and there are 7 button link subtopic links at this sidebar of the system. So they can select the subtopic link and can read all the history. And for your information, the 5 vehicles was at Tugu Negara because do not use for their for current learning, for current purpose. Okay, and then we move to the next part. This is an important part, which is operational input data. So basically, if students want to do the operational input data, student can just click on this button and the system will display the page interface. There are two optional buttons that student can choose, which are button for general searching by sentences and specific searching by words. General searching by sentences enables students to find the exact output of armored vehicle by entering vehicle technical data comprised from 4 main sections of the module: driver and maintenance, gunnery, signal and tactic, based on the scenarios given by the chief instructor. Basically, these general searching by sentences are using during their individual training or during their class of individual training. So the chief instructor or commander will give the question about case study or anything, and the students need to find what the keywords behind the case study or the instruction given. So never mind, I will show you how this page function. Okay, this instruction. In this page, students are able to find the exact output of armored vehicle by enter vehicle technical data combined from 4 main sections. Usually, the chief instructor will provide the questions to the student according to scenario or case study on the situation during the student's individual training. Most of the instructional questions are given based on the area, the shape of terrain, combat obstacle, and all related scenarios. So that for your information, one tanks of armored vehicles contain 4 main sections, which is this that I mentioned earlier. So at this page also, I was provide an example question for the student if they want to do some exercise. So you can just click on this button. Yep, and the page will display this question page on the other tabs. Okay, the minimum, based on my observation and I had been identified from the question always given by the shift instruction for the student, the minimum criteria that usually asked are 1, and the maximum criteria that can be asked are 5. So okay, we look at the questions and we can demo how this part will function. Okay, for example, below are example of questions given by the shift instructor or commander during individual student training. Tips: identify vehicle features keywords in the case study event, so that when the shift instructor give a question, they need to identify the keyword, because sometimes question are not given directly. Sometimes the question give based on case study like this, and as you can see in this question 2, the question give direct, but for question 1 not. Okay, question 1, title area overview. You have been assigned to survey and numerate areas in map box 2376. As a military chief, you need to make a preliminary assessment of the terrain and obstacle in the area. Obstacle found in the area are gradient area of 60%. Okay, this is the first keywords that user found, students. Okay, gradient area of 60%, so that they can just enter gradient 60%, or they can just enter only 60%, but I just show you the full one. Okay, and then the length of the ditch that can be crossed by vehicles with a width of 1.8 meter means that they, in this question, they want ditch crossing parit, tempuh parit, okay, sepanjang 1.8 meter. So ditch crossing 1.8 m. Also can just put 1.8, and okay, and a bridge that can only accommodate a vehicle weight of 8.8 tons. So berat sebanyak 8.8 tons. Weight 8.8 tons. Okay. And then, in all operations, speed is one of the important criteria for overcoming all obstacles. A total of 80 km per hour maximum speed of combat vehicles. Okay, this is the 4 keywords of a criteria. Maximum 80 km per hour. Maximum speed 80 km per hour. Okay, and then the next, an operating distance up to 500 km per hour range are required in this task operation. You as a troop leader, please list what vehicles are suitable for use in the task. So 500 km per hour range means that range jarak 500 km per hour. Okay, and then the student can click on a find button. So the system will match the input criteria with a database, and the system also do a brute force pattern matching algorithm and or operation. So click on find button. Oh yeah, Scorpion are suitable for the question 1 situation. So for example, I would like to show you that, okay, if a question in a Malay, because their learning are suddenly in Malay, can in Malay or in English. Okay, for example, kejuaraan apakah yang sesuai untuk merentas kecerunan Bukit Bakau sebanyak 60%? So means that kecerunan gradient 60%. If the shift instructor only give 1 keywords and find there is 8 type of vehicles that can rentas kecurunan Bukit Bakau sebanyak 60%. Kemudian ditambah lagi dengan soalan, kemudian melalui sudut mengiring sebanyak 50 degree. So angle approach 50 degree. All or student can just put 50 degree. So fine. Okay, there is 4 types of vehicles that suitable to 60% degree and 50 degree of angle approach. And then ditambah pula dengan soalan, kenderaan ini juga mempunyai kamera sensor jenis CMOS 1/4. And then kamera sensor, or can just put CMOS 1/4 and fine. So 2 types of Kapita and armored recovery vehicle that's suitable for this situation. Then I would like to show you basically possible outcome from searching using OR operation, also AND operation. Finding by 1 criteria, possible finding 34 criteria. Finding by 2, possible finding 561 combination of criteria. 3 criteria, possible finding 528 combination of criteria. Finding by 4 criteria, possible finding 496, and by the maximum 5 is 465. So many possible input that can be entered by the students also can be asked in the question given by the shift instructor. Okay, I think that's all from general searching. I hope you understand what I want to deliver. So basically the more keywords, lagi cepat kita nak dapat specific critical ball tu, lagi the faster we focus kepada critical ball apa yang sesuai, that suitable for use for a certain situation. Okay, then we move for the specific searching by words. For the specific searching by words, this page function filter search by module. As I said earlier, one time vehicle have 4 main sections. So basically for specific searching, separated by these 4 section. Okay, for example, I want to choose driving and maintenance. So for driving and maintenance, I can know, the students can know what kind of technical data under driving and maintenance. For gunnery, what kind of technical data under gunnery, signal. Also for a tactic, the design page for these 4 are same. Okay, for example, I go to driving and maintenance. I want to know that in driving maintenance, full capacity that have 1350 1350 liters of fuel capacity. So I want to know which vehicles that contain this technical data. So I click on the find button. So these 3 types of vehicles contain this input. Alright, but I would like to show you, for example, I want to know gearbox, but I put the input of types armament, cockerill, persenjataan. Okay, cockerill, the type of armament, fine. So this is not relate a gearbox, and I put not suitable, not match lah. Your finding does not match the data of armored vehicle. So cockerill suitable in gunnery. So in gunnery, main armament, cockerill, fine. So Sigmas and Scorpion have a main armament of cockerill. So I think that's all from operational input data. Usually general searching by sentences and specific searching by words. General searching using a pattern matching brute force algorithm, if else rule based technique, and operation also for specific searching by words, if else rule based technique, matching or not with the input criteria and the selected technical data. Then we move for the next technical data button, which is this page contain all the image notes of system engine in army tank. So the student can just click on this image for their learning purpose, so they can view one by one. And then for the last function button is the assessment page, which is assessment test. If the admin open, they can do and start answer. Usually put name, example Hazami, national ID 3233, whatsoever, and then just answer the question provided. I just click on the random to show what the next question will be. Okay, there are 20 questions in the total. Okay, for example, I forgot to answer this question and I click on submit answer. Okay, then the alert will come out. So I just click and then submit answer. You have successfully submitted the answer. You will be directed to the score page. Okay, and then congratulations, you have successfully submitted your answer. Your assessment result have been recorded. So Hazami got 4/20 and he only got 3% from 50%. Okay, so this is under the table contain two button, which is view questions and answer for the students to view view the list questions that they have been answered and also the highlighted answer. Okay, then click on the button. This is all the question that they have answered and the correct highlighted answer. So for your information, if they have doing the assessment test, mean that they have finished their module, so that they do not have to learn more again for this test 21. So basically, if click on later, I click on this button, and if click on the button done, will direct to the home. The last process that student can do is if they have any question that they want to ask according to the course, the student can click the ask question button provided. Then the CC will pop up the notification message contain the shift instructor email. Student can refer this email before the system takes them to the Gmail website if the shift instructor email does not appear automatically at the compose message box, because I was set in the message compose box automatically pop out the CI email. So click on OK. The system will direct the students to the Gmail website, which allows students to submit the questions to the shift instructor via email. So as you can see, the compose message box in the Google Mail will automatically pop out, and the message and the email of the shift instructor, which also referred to as an admin, will automatically display in this email box. So can ask question, anything, and send. Okay. However, I choose communicating to us via email because it is convenient. Because students also can see the answer from the shift instructor through mobile phone, as Gmail is an online platform. Same also for the CI, they can answer the student questions through Gmail anytime and anywhere. And the last function, as usual, can log out from the system. Click on the button. That's all from me of Web-based data vehicles management system for Armouted Training Center.
For the last part are conclusion and future work. For the conclusion of this system project are, with this system development, it can provide the effective learning management for Armouted students by studying the course in a sophisticated way, more flexible and better retention of learning. It can also assist them to make the right decision making during the operation day of individual training. As a result, this system can make it easier for Armouted students to identify and learn all the technical data in armored tank vehicles. Besides, additional facilities in this system were developed to meet the features criteria of web-based learning system. In addition, the system has been successfully tested by the real user in Pulamo and able to overcome problem statements stated. This system also was declared as a confidential, and this system will not publish on the public. Only Armoured user could access the system at Pulamo Center. Finally, can be concluded that this project was valuable to Pusat Latihan Armour or Armoured Training Center. In future developments, the inclusion of a chat box or discussion page forum for users to communicate with other students and the chief instructor should be done. Besides, push notifications alerts should also be added to improve the quality of the system. With this, students will be more alert and aware about the notice reminder for the next activities or assessments that need to be done. Timers for managing student assessment time should also be added to facilitate the admin with no need to manage the time manually. Admin can only set start and end times for students to answer tests online. Lastly, design the system with two versions of English and Malay language should be added in future upgrades. With two versions of this language, it can make it easier for users who are not very proficient in English language, as the learning method for Armoured Crew Commander course also use Malay and English. With the recommendations stated, the limitation of this project can be improved and be used as a good daily system in Armoured Training Center. The system can help Armoured administrator to manage the course easily, also for students to learn and expertise in this course easier and faster. Finally, end of my slide and system demo presentation. Thank you.
So that's all from me. The significance of this project to the industry are able to give a better learning method among Army students towards their learning or training management, since this system also assists them to make the right decision making during operation day of individual training. I hope you enjoy and understand what I want to deliver about the overall system project of this web-based data vehicle simulation learning system that had been developed by me for Armoured Training Center. I will end my presentation here, and I really appreciate that you are spending the time to watch and listen to my video presentation. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.